Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Um, one of the things that people ask me a lot is, what is it like living in a third world country? Now, and I don't really have it completely figured out on exactly what a third world country is. There's all different kinds. But one thing is, you don't work. You have other people that do the work. So there's a lot of rest. You do a lot of resting. I'm not a resting kind of guy. So, but the thing is, you can't really work, because when you work, you take a job from somebody else. So, and all jobs are important down here. Now, one of the things I believe that makes a third world country is you have the rich and you have the poor. There's no middle class. I see it as there is kind of a middle class. There are people down here that, let's see, the majority, I will just guesstimate, maybe 80%, maybe a little more, make like $300 a month. So it's about $10 a day is what they make. Police are one of those people, and I'd say probably military is probably close to like that. Now, where they've got the advantage is they've got, and those are both the most non-intelligent of all the people down there. Everybody else, and the reason I say that, they're the ones that do crime. They're the ones that a lot of things are given to them because they are in that position. Police and military. Now, what does police and military mean? They have guns. That's why they're able, because a lot of times they'll do crime when they're not on the payroll. When they're get off the clock, then they'll do their crime. There are a lot of the bandits. More than likely, your armed bandits are police and military. And and as you can see, looks like they're cleaning the windows up on the third floor. And it'll have to take somebody getting $10 a day to do something like that. And you have other people that will make a couple, $2,000 or $3,000 a month. There's probably about 5 or 10% of them, of the population, does like that. And then there's probably about another 5 or 10% that does even more than that. And those are normally business owners. If they're not business owners, it's money from the family. The family was, some way or another, has given it to them, such as this hotel. the people that that own this, they're making, I say, a couple, 2 or 3, 4, 5, no telling how many thousands a month they're making, and it was given to them. I say, my wife's father. So it's the children or the grandchildren is get the benefits, and so a lot of the rich people is from given. And like I say, they've got a 500-year history. So all the ground down here in Central America is owned by somebody. All the buildings are owned by somebody. And so that's what makes it really difficult for the 300 a month people to get ahead. They're not taught how to think, how to provide, how to start a business where they can really start making money. What they do is they look and they see somebody else with a business. Well, then they'll try to repeat whatever kind of business. They're not. They haven't learned to think on their own, and so that limits, and that keeps them dumb, and that keeps them low income, and it's nice to have a lot of money because it keeps the rent's cheap. Everything is cheap down here because there's so many poor people, and there's no motivation, there's no system in place to motivate these people to do better. They want them to continually do poorly, and now, like I say, everything's going against them. The government goes against them. The government helps the people that are more well-to-do. Talking about the police and the military, they more than likely take advantage of the ones that aren't doing all that well. So you have to keep that in mind. The ones that have something, what they have to do is they will have bodyguards, they will have armed guards, they will have people doing things for them, so they don't have to make contact with the bandits. Even you would think like me, but I say I travel around. Most people don't travel around, and even especially the ones that are well-to-do, they do limited travel, and when they do travel, they fly, they go to tourist destinations. They go places where their safety is more insured. And so they want to keep the status quo the way it is. There's no way out of it. I've been real curious because there's people that are kids that get adopted down here, and I always wondered, okay, are they gonna prosper and do well when their education is different and all this type of stuff? I really don't know. I don't really quite understand if it's in the genes or it's through, like I say, they've got 500 years of history. So 500 years of being suppressed, 500 years of having tyrants over them. Maybe they tend to stay that way. I really don't know. But I say, Down here, it is a laid-back life if you've got the money. And it doesn't really take that much money. You just need to know and understand. I've talked about how I've lived my life, and I try not to use money. And it's easier down here than what it is in the United States. In the United States, everything's revolved around money. Everybody thinks money. That's the first thing everybody thinks. Down here, it's not quite that way. And but it's not, everybody's not the same. Like I say, most people in the United States is money. Down here, it'd be easy to say most people, it's the idea of surviving. But that wouldn't be accurate, because they live a life like I do, not based on money. And when it's not based on money, things are a little different. You look at life different. You run your life different. But now some of them, and that's why I'm saying down here everything's obvious. Some people down here get real jealous, and normally the ones get jealous. Normally it's money-based, greed, and that's why I talk about greed in the United States, because jealousy really runs rampant in the United States. They control the population through peer pressure. Down here, there's not near the peer pressure. Only with the richer ones have their peer pressure, and then the other ones, they may not have that money, but like I say, they have a more realistic idea of what life is all about. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.